Peace. Smokey, y'all. And this is Smokey's Thoughts. We're going to have a good little recording tonight. Because, there's some things going on in the world. And I'm just going to talk about the thing that affects most people on the ground level. And that is relationships. How you interact with other people, how they interact with you. And what has happened to a lot of people out here that is basically like a silent destroyer that's out here running buck through people's hearts, man. Just the invasion is over. The bodies have been snatched. And so get ready for some very interesting, provocative statements, because if you're easily triggered, if you believe in a lot of, gender war crap, then you're probably gonna feel some things from a couple of these statements that I make. So let's get right into it, because I don't be having much time on these recordings. So most people are not aware of, because there are not a lot of self-aware people out there, that there is in fact something that has been called through the ages, through the times, succubus, incubus. Now, whether you're a female listening or male, whoever, young or old, these are names of what, for better or worse terms, are, sex demons. People that have entities attached to them because of some type of traumatic experience in their life that opened them up to these entities. And then from there on, it's just they are passengers in their own vehicle. They are no longer really driving. But the driving force that is driving is a very malicious, very dark, very self-gratifying type of energy hoarder or energy vampire, whatever. But the problem with these people is that they're all around you, like a real movie or something. Like, I definitely had a narcissistic parent. I definitely have had narcissistic relationships. And these things take tolls on, people that are not totally narcissistic. All humans have these traits, but when they are out of whack due to some type of traumatic experience in their, pre-formative years, here we go. You're in a horror movie. You're now thinking you're with someone who really cares, and you're with a monster, a troll, entity that is playing on every positive emotion you try to have. They are utilizing it against you. Similar to the bigger picture government or world powers, and this is how it is. This is what happens after hundreds of years of people's spirit being crushed and destroyed. A lot of molestation, a lot of secrets, a lot of pain. Most of these people or most of these entities was created through molestation, which we know was implemented in our, situation for most of my people that are indigenous or understand that connection. These are things that were implemented to keep control over a certain demographic of people. And now this is the inevitable cause and effect. This is the effect of that cause. And we are in trouble, people, because these entities are never satisfied. And they are literally spiritual kamikazes. They cannot be corrected. They do not want to take advice. They cannot look themselves in the mirror like the Dorian Gray. If you've ever seen the movie League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the Dorian Gray character could not. He was immortal. He looked cool and young like a vampire or whatever, but he could not look at this painting that he painted of himself hundreds of years ago. And if he ever looked at this painting and faced himself and saw what he really was, then his phony facade that he kept in the real world living forever melted, turned into the monster and all that. And the painting went back to looking, young and pristine like when he first painted it, while he was the monster. This is what we're dealing with out here. And these people, I don't know what to tell you, man. I trifled or, tussled with a couple, and I am just crawling out of the hole of despair, of self-confidence crushing, They don't ever stop. There's probably one listening to this recording right now that I'm making, because they never leave. They're like a troll under every bridge forever. They never let you out their grasp. Some more educated people than myself say you might have to move to another city, change your numbers, get out of there as far away as you can. That's the only way to avoid these people, like agents in the Matrix. You have to run. If you're not the one, which is some super powered empath Heyoka, then you're gonna be in for a treat. Now, the traumatic creation of these people comes from, like I said, most of the time molestation, not all the time. Sometimes it's emotional type of beat down from no one around you giving you respect or treating you like a commodity, only giving you praise when you do good in school or when you do something they want you to do. But for the most part, from my personal experiences, which is all I can speak of, it's a lot from molestation. What happens in molestation, they made me had to go into psychiatry books, the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, and made me had to become part psychologist to figure out what the hell just happened to me and what the hell has been happening to all these people. So in effect, these are arrested development children who basically lost their soul, basically hole in the soul. And they can never realize it, actually face it. You got some that do, but the damage is done. Even if you go to therapy and try to work through it, it's still an empty spot there. That's where you were supposed to have love from a parent, love from a guardian, love from a village, from a family. Did not get it. Got the exact opposite, which creates a monster who will now burn down the village to feel its warmth. And this shit is very dangerous out here, man. And it's basically a product of social engineering. Society, some little programs like MK Ultra, all these things which secretly program your children through cartoons, through diet, through acceptable things that shouldn't be spiritually acceptable, like a lot of promiscuity, like a lot of different partners. You have those too much and too early in life, you are now incapable of doing something called pair bonding, which is what solidifies a really true relationship where you depend on somebody, where you give in a little trust, where you compromise. These things are out the window. It's all a dirty, vicious game of win at all costs. And when you realize what's going on or try to break away from them, they will slander and destroy your name and basically try to hurt you. It's hurt people hurting people. And these people are hurt the most. The spiritual meaning, let's see. I did a little research and came up with some, people saying that basically when that hole or that portal is opened in your body from a negative traumatic experience through sex, this portal or hole that's opened is a lower vibration. And when that lower vibration is opened inside of you, other things can jump in. When these other things jump in, all of a sudden, sex is now turned into some sadomasochistic shit. You only get pleasure from somebody else in pain. You only get pleasure from putting somebody else down. You want to practice all these weird ass sexual fetishes and make a person grovel at your feet and lick your feet and lick your butt and all this shit to make yourself feel one iota, a small micro bit better about yourself for about 10 seconds like a crack fiend. And then it's back to the depths of depravity, back to the depths of despair. You feel back useless and empty like you were. And then you look at this person who just did all this stuff for you and you're disgusted by them. Kind of the same people watch porn and after you do your thing, rub out one, jerk one off, you cut the porn off. You can't believe what was I thinking? That's disgusting. But after the stimulation is done, they look at people as human sex dolls, as tools. This is the reason why they will not relinquish what they believe is control, which is what you gave over to them the minute you showed any type of interest in them or tried to figure them out or have a conversation with them. This is what happens. They believe, like the government, that you are just a tool, just a piece of furniture. You are something they can. So when you try to say, I don't like what's going on, I'm out of here, I don't think this is working, you got some issues, they're looking at it like their favorite chair, getting up and saying, I'm out of here, you're not sitting on me anymore. Or your toaster getting up out of your kitchen and leaving and saying, no more toast for you. It's unacceptable. These people will rather smash whatever the product is to bits before they let it be autonomous and get up and leave. So this is what we're up against. And since I'm a male, for whoever might listen in the future, ladies or whatever, I can only speak from a male point of view. If you're a female and you got your podcast or your little show, knock yourself out like a lot of these misguided people are. A lot of people got shows talking jibber jabber out of the side of their head and don't even realize it. But me, I'm just doing this to try to warn other people, and also like a catharsis, letting my stuff out, because man, after you go through what I've went through, you don't trust anybody. Like, the shadow is always lurking around every corner in everybody's eye, that little glimmer. You do not see it as a cool fantasy possibility anymore. You see it as, what is that? Why is that? It's dangerous. What happened to you? No one admits anything. Now, the thing about these bodies, the body count, the effect it has on the mind. Let's just be quickly scientific about it, because I think I got like 3 minutes left on here. The science of having too many sexual partners for a female, or a female succubus. It literally has been proven that every male that you let, ejaculate or do his thing inside your body, a particle or a lot of particles of that semen goes to your brain. So you literally are having the essence of, who knows, with these people, I've done the work, and the depths are horrifying or terrifying. And I'm a grown man over 40, and this shit scares me worse than any horror movie that I ever seen. The particles of that many people in your brain literally is the recipe for schizophrenia, or the recipe for, psychopathy. Like, they are habitual liars. They cannot be truthful. They feel that the truth is what they are running from. It hurts. It's pain. They connected everything to shame of the whatever happened that changed them. It's usually shame-based, and that shame comes from societal standards and beliefs, which have basically killed these people's inner child. Their inner child is dead. I told you this is going to be triggering. I'm sorry if you are out there and you feel this. Please go get help in therapy. There is other ways out here than just suffering in silence. But back to the point. Inner child murdered. Just a corpse inside of a flesh bag out here sucking people's energy dry and transferring their pain over to people that might have had a chance. So they're like rowing in a boat, a sea full of bodies, letting people on the boat. Person doesn't work out, or it takes too long, toss that person over the side, pick up another person, and this is their life. Forever, far, far away from the shore. Like, they will not ever reach land, and they're ready to pull you under and drown you in the pain, and then leave you wondering what the hell just happened to me. So the effect this has on society, since social media has promoted it, is that monsters are masquerading behind all of these screens, all of these profiles, all of these dating sites, and it's a feeding frenzy, and society is deteriorating. Now, yes, certain people are awakening and getting, hip to the fact, but for the most part, most people are suffering bad, horrible. This is where murder-suicides come from. This is where you're seeing mothers killing their own children. And yeah, it's letting me know that I've ran my course. I think I'm going to do a part 2 on this. This is Smokey. These were some of Smokey's thoughts. If you need help out there, man, please get help. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I like comments. I respect comments. I interact with comments that have some type of merit or make some type of sense. I just might interact with you. But yeah, please be safe out there. Protect your heart. Protect your mind. Protect your energy. And yeah, just realize these people are still children. Like, that's the bottom line. Dangerous, hurtful children. So be safe.